Good morning, everyone. It is 7 a.m. on this finally Friday.
Finally Friday. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday indeed.
I don't know why, because I was off last week, right?
Yeah, you were off.
Was Easter just Sunday?
Yes, Easter Sunday was last Sunday.
It does feel like a very long week.
It's been kind of a long week.
It has been a long week. I don't know why. I guess just getting back into the groove. Took me a week to get used to waking up again at this time. And I say used to very subjectively because I don't think you ever get used to waking up at 3 in the morning.
No.
Or you shouldn't. I hope you don't.
Yes. Today is a special day. Today is Unleash Your Love.
Yes.
You know, we've got the Bakersfield SPCA. We partnered up with them. We partner up with them every year to hold this fundraiser. You know, the goal is to raise money. This is not an adoption event. This is more of a fundraiser because there's so many things that the Animal Care Center needs,
right?
Monetarily, because they've got to keep up with the demand. They've got to care for these puppies. They've got to care for these cats. And that's why today is so important.
Yeah, again, they're always full. That shelter is always full. So you can help them today, continuing that 75-year legacy for another 75 years.
Plus.
Yeah, let's head on out to Kevin Charette and take a look at what's going on out there at the SPCA. Again, they are always full because they have so many pets that they care for. And here's a way that you can help care for them today. Kev?
Yeah, and they've got so many cool things here at the SPCA that they've implemented over the years, and one of them is right here. This is a kiosk that they have here in the lobby, so you can actually come down to the SPCA, and you can actually scroll onto this portal here, and it shows you every single pet that they have up for adoption right now. It is updated every single day. As soon as a pet comes in from off the streets, they're intaked, and their image is put up on this website, so you can see what animals are available for adoption here at the SPCA, and their website, bakersfieldspaca.org. So that's kind of a cool thing that they have here. And they've done so many major improvements here at the SPCA in recent years. So if you want to come down and make a donation in person, good idea, because then you can actually walk around and kind of see where your money is going. The other thing I want to mention is along with our Unleash Your Love Drive today, starting tomorrow, the book sale. This is an annual event that they have, and this year it'll be right here at the SPCA at 3000 Gibson Street. And so you can find any and every type of book here at the sale. And this isn't just one day. This is actually going to go through May 24th. But again, another way that you can support the SPCA and their mission of continuing another 75 years in our community. All right, so we always talk about the pets. And on Sunrise, it gets a little loud out here. So it was a little hard to come out because all of these pets are excited when we walk out this door. But I wanted to show you all of the animals that we have here at the SPCA. And boy, they get excited, Maddie and Alex, whenever you come outside. And but they're so lovable. This one's a little scared, but they seem vicious and mean, but they're not. In fact, as I go down, look at, hi, Mama. Look, she gave me a little kiss on the hand. But again, this is what it's all about. Coming down, giving these pets a forever loving home. But this is a no-kill shelter, remember. So all of the money that we raise today with Unleash Your Love is going to support these animals until they find a home. And I'll tell you, they are so cute. They tug at your heart. I wish I could take all of these home. In fact, this little guy reminds me of my little Brookie that I have at home right now. So again, today is about celebrating 75 years here at the SPCA and all that they've done for our animals in the community. And we know the shelters are almost full all the time. So these animals need a home. And until they get a home, they're right here at the SPCA, and it costs a lot of money to be able to take care of them. So that every dollar we raise today for Unleash Your Love is going to go right back into the shelter and taking care of these animals. So I hope that you'll find it in your heart throughout the day. We've got a QR code that you can pick up your phone and you can actually scan it and make that donation. I was also talking to Chuck Nordstrom, and you can actually come down and make your donation, and they'll kind of give you a tour of the facility. Over the years, your money has gone to create this beautiful little park here for the dogs. And while they're in their kennels right now, throughout the day, they're out here playing and having a good old time. And then just about a year ago, your money that we raised was able to build a brand new cattery here at the SPCA, which I'll be showing you today on 17 News at noon. So a very exciting day for the SPCA for our Unleash Your Love Drive, and I hope everybody will find it in their hearts to really be a part of this mission. And hopefully you can hear me, Maddie and Alex, because you can hear these pups are very excited.
Kev,
Barely.
I can barely hear you. No, we got you. I love how he's covering his ear. Are your eardrums okay?
Yes, I'll tell you, it's quite the thing to concentrate on what you want to say and hear the dogs all barking out loud at the same time. It's a skill.
It's a cacophony.
All right,
behind
well,
you there.
thanks for giving us a look at, the craziness, the chaos there. But again, it's just another reminder of why today is so important. Appreciate you, Kev. We'll see you at noon. But no, seriously, I mean, it's such I can actually put my earpiece back in because it was just so loud. It's a good reminder, though, of like why we're doing this, right?
Yes.
Because
it's so sad.
It's so sad. But, our city officials, the staff at the Bakersfield Animal Care Center, they try so hard to make sure that these dogs and cats are taken care of. They don't want to kill.
No.
They don't want to euthanize these pups.
It's heartbreaking.
And so that's why I think it's on all of us to make sure that, if you are an animal lover and you're taking care of your own pet, if, it's a good reminder to take care of other pets out there. They are not as fortunate to have a home.
Right, and
that's
making
just the brutal
sure
reality.
that we're doing the spaying and the neutering.
And the neutering. That's so important too, yeah.
Just those litters of when all of a sudden you get, 6, 7 puppies in one litter or more sometimes, and then it's like, well, there's another 6, 7 animals that need homes now, adding to the fact that our shelters are already past capacity.
Yeah.
Like they house more than they're made to house. So yeah, it's so important, and it's so sad to see all those animals there. They want to go home with somebody.
Can we show the QR code one more time? Just want to, give everyone just another opportunity. Scan that, even if it's $1. I mean, can you spare $5?
Yeah.
I mean,
skip coffee today.
Can you skip coffee today, or can you get like a not the big one, but maybe like a smaller one? Just something, because this is so important. This is so important. And again, you always have an opportunity to adopt. Mm-hmm. We want to stress that, but today is the fundraiser part.
That's what we're pushing.
That's what we're pushing. So there's the QR code that you see there on your screen. You can also just call, like if you don't have a phone with a QR or a camera or anything like that. You can just call the number that you see right there on your screen, 323-8353 extension 2, and they will. Or you can just show up. Kevin was just talking about. You can just show up and make a donation. Yeah, definitely. Head on out there. They need your help. Yeah. All right. So it's finally Friday. Getting ready for the weekend. We've done it. You announced yesterday that you were, you're going to be departing KGET later this summer in about 2 months. It was amazing to see just all of the people reaching out to you and commenting and saying, so sweet. Yeah. It's overwhelming. It's so sweet. I love the viewers who, sorry, I had to text Justin. I forgot to sign homework. I texted my husband. No. I forgot to sign the homework. They told me that last night, to sign homework. And there's a reason why. One of the reasons. So many things that fall by the wayside at home. Yep. But anyway, yeah, people are so sweet, and it's going to make me miss this show and this community so much. I'm not leaving the community. I live in Tehachapi, and I will still be around down here in Bakersfield, my hometown, because you guys got all the good food. But yeah, that's right, we do. Really do. Good stuff down here. But yeah, everyone was just so sweet, and people were like, "Yep, we watched you grow up. Saw you had all of your kids." When I started, my name was Madeline Jarrett on air. What is it now? Who am I? Who are you? Who are you? I remember when I moved, so I changed it first to Madeline Jansen. I got married about a year after I started, because I met Justin after I started. Got married. Oh, so you met Justin after you started? Yeah. I started a couple months later, met him. A year later, got married. How did you meet him again? We were set up. You were set up. That's right. We were set up. Our brothers had been best friends since first grade, but we had never met because he's 6 years older than me. Right. So he was like 8 years older than my brother and his brother. Right. So anyway, we had just never met. He was
off to college, and then I went to college, and so our paths never crossed. And then when I moved back to town for my job here at KGET, they set us up, and then we met. I remember at Cafe Med, the World Series was going on. I remember it was like October. You are asking me silly questions, sir.
Sorry. First date.
Well,
it
was 2009.
Who was playing in the World Series?
You tell me. 2009. Can you tell me?
No, it wasn't the Dodgers. So
it wasn't?
I don't care.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, we met at Cafe Med. They set us up there. I remember I had just done a sweeps story. Remember sweeps was a thing back here? I think I had done a story on the gang unit, the BPD gang unit. I'd done some ride-alongs with them, and it had aired. And so, when those air, you're finally like, it's like finals are over in college. Like, I finally got it to air. Like, good, off my plate, I can chill. So I went to Cafe Med that night, had a glass of wine, and met him for the first time. And then, so it was Wednesday. Friday night, we went on our first date to Mexicali, the Southwest Mexicali.
Oh, I missed that one.
I know, me too.
I missed that one.
I am sad it's not there.
I loved the Southwest
yes.
location. I love the fountain.
So neat.
Yeah, the fountain they had in the middle of the restaurant.
It was so beautiful.
Almost like an atrium, It was like an atrium. Yeah, it was beautiful.
It was really cool. Yeah, so then we got married a year later on the 1 year anniversary of our first date.
Oh, wow. We moved things.
November 6th.
Moved things quickly.
We met November 6th. First date on November 6th, 2009. Got married November 6th, 2010.
So you're celebrating 15 years here this year.
Isn't that wild?
So
I became Madeline Jansen. And then like a couple months later, in March of 2011, is when Katie Allen left Sunrise and I moved to Sunrise.
Okay.
And Robin Mangren told me that I should be Maddie on air instead of Madeline. I was Madeline up until that point.
It's so funny because everyone calls her Maddie except her family.
Yeah.
Like
they never have called me Maddie.
No one. I don't think I've actually ever heard them call you Maddie. It's always Madeline. It's always Madeline.
It happens now. I think just because it's funny. I use it now more because people introduce me as Maddie, and then I try to introduce myself as Madeline. Just I don't know why, but anyway.
One of my friends. His name's.
Have you ever been Alexander?
I had
It's a mouthful.
It's a mouthful. So I mean, I think it's just natural. Like you don't hear too many people like call themselves Alexander.
Right.
Like, my birth certificate says Alexander.
But you've always been Alex.
Even my family calls me Alex. But there was like a stretch in I want to say in high school or in college where I was like, you know what, like Alexander just seems a little more dignified.
It's very dignified.
And it's also like not too many people go by Alexander. Like everyone goes by Alex. And so I was like, I kind of want to, it never caught on.
No. It's the 4 syllables, that's reach. Like Madeline is 3 I can get away with, but Alexander.
It's kind of more of a mouthful.
You got to say, I'm Alexander Hamilton.
Yes. But see, that's the thing is like Alexander, he never went by Alex Hamilton.
Alex Hamilton. It doesn't work.
Now, his signature was
not dignified. You're right.
Aham.
Aham.
But
A.Ham.
A.Ham. But for those of you who don't know what we're talking about, it's the musical Hamilton, and we are not going to wrap this. That's for another show.
Maybe.
That's for our musical Mondays on Sunrise. No, I'm just joking. But our producer said I should do A.Fish.
A.Fish. That is very catchy.
I don't want to say a fish.
You are a fish.
I am a fish.
I love how people call you Fisherman. I think that's really cute.
So no joke. So my boss, our vice president, he just calls me Fisher or Fish.
Or Fish.
Yeah, he just calls me Fish. He bought me a fish tie one time. When I first started.
Cute.
Yeah.
Fish.
I don't know where that. I've never worn it. Sorry, Derek.
Rude.
He actually bought me another tie that I wear all the time.
Oh well, at least that.
I mean, one was like a nice tie, like it was great. The other one was just a joke. Like I'm not gonna wear a trout like on my.
Oh, it was just like a big long trout.
It was a trout, like a long trout.
I thought it was like cute, like with little fish.
No,
or something like.
It was a trout, and I'm like, I'm not wearing a trout on air.
But I wish you would.
I know I should, but so
for my last day.
For your last day, I would wear my trout tie. No, so.
Anyway, that was a long way after story.
So he calls me Fish. He will email me even in like professional settings, and he'll say, "Hey, Fish." Mm-hmm. My brother, he's a teacher, and Mr. Fisher, right? And he had a student one time, like when they first started. Not this student who he even says was not more of a serious student, not trying to be funny whatsoever. Called him Mr. Fish Sticks. By accident. And it was like at the beginning of the year, and the kid said it, and he was like, "It's Mr. Fisher." The student turned red, was so embarrassed that he had called him Mr. Fish Sticks. And so now that is a running joke in our family. I still to this day call my brother Mr. Fish Sticks. So, I'm like, I'll say, "Hey, Fish Sticks." So the other thing, I'm telling this story at, I was at Tullow like a year ago. I'm telling this story at Tullow. And they're like, "Oh, this is perfect." They changed my name into the system as Fish Sticks.
Alexander Fish Sticks.
It's Alexander Fish Sticks. Like literally, my name there, my tab there is Alexander Fish Sticks. I go there, there's a new girl like a couple months ago.
Oh, geez.
And I say, "Oh, my name is, it's under Fish Sticks." And she looks at me and goes,
"Is that your real name?"
She was like, "I'm sorry, what?" And I was like, "It's under Fish Sticks." And she like looked at me like, "I know you're joking right now." And I'm like, I am not joking. Like, I am not joking.
Like, really, look it up.
Like, look it up there. And she's like, "Oh, it is. And so the other
Yeah,
one is like, "Yeah, no, that's under, it's not under Fisher. It's under Fish Sticks." And part of me wants to say like, "Avery, if you're watching right now, you got to change it back to Fisher because that's not my name. It's my brother's name."
He's Fish Sticks.
He's Fish Sticks.
Not
I'm Fisher. Or Fish. I'm just Fish.
Just Fish. You get the older brother privilege of just being Fish.
I have my second uncle, or however that works. So great uncle. I don't know how that works.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know.
Whatever. It's like,
thrice removed. I don't even know what that means.
We're family. He calls me El Pescador.
Oh, but just you. But you're all Fish.
Just
Fisher.
me.
But you're El Pescador.
I'm El Pescador. If you look at like, if he like every once in a while like a card. There's only been a couple times he's like mailed me something. It's like, "Oh, hey, whatever." He addresses it to El Pescador. Not Alex, just El Pescador. So you can imagine, like, the post office people going, "Who the heck is El Pescador?"
Yeah, seriously. That's hilarious.
Which is the fish
fish.
in Spanish.
Yeah.
Not even the fish.
The El Pescador.
Like, the fish. So, like, who's the fish who lives here?
That's funny.
So address El Pescador.
That's really funny. I had one nickname that I hated. Someone called me Mad Dog. Right?
You didn't like that?
No, it was a boyfriend's dad in high school. He referred to me as Mad Dog.
What's up, Mad Dog?
I am not Mad Dog. Like, please do not call me that. I hated it so much.
What else have you been called?
That's it.
Oh, just Mad Dog?
Maddie. MJ for a little bit in college.
Okay.
That was just from like some professor who started calling me MJ, and I was like, actually, I really like that. I wish we could make that catch on, but I feel like it's too late. And it's just like, it's too late.
I feel like at some point it's just too late.
You can't.
Like past the point of no return,
I don't know. Something's coming to my mind, like from Friends when Joey tries to get, we know what Ross says. You know the nickname they never caught on? The Rossatron.
Yes.
I've constantly got like a track of movies and quotes, musicals, like running through my mind.
I'm trying to think of the nicknames that I had as.
You had others?
Yeah. Well, they were like, because there was a time where, like, remember, did you ever have AIM?
Oh my gosh, you had AIM?
Yeah, I had AIM.
I didn't think you were old enough to have had AIM.
Oh, shut up.
No, I'm serious, because I didn't know it had survived that long. I mean, I guess, did I have it through college? I remember AIM. I was, you want to hear? I was brown-eyed girly.
I was Dr. Pepper Dude. I was Dr. Pepper Dude.
Did you ever have a MySpace?
No, I wasn't allowed to.
Oh, okay. I
was allowed to have AIM.
AIM, yeah.
I was allowed to have AIM. Gosh, but that's because
AIM was risky.
I had some friends move from Bakersfield to Minnesota, and so that's how I could keep in contact with them.
Okay.
But I was Dr. Pepper Dude. and then that, like,
Dr. Pepper.
Because I always felt like our
and brown-eyed girly.
Well, so that, like, sometimes, like, your username would carry over into, like, some people would, like,
your email.
Yeah. Well, they would,
no,
or say, why is my mom calling me? I don't know what to say.
What does she want?
Say, hey, I'm on air right now.
Good
Can I call you
morning.
back? Okay, bye.
Okay.
She doesn't know we do this show. Anyways, but
needed the word to get out.
Tell
a friend.
But so my username, like, people would, like, sometimes call you by, like, oh, hey, oh, what's up, Dr. Pepper Dude? And I'm like, oh, hey, so and so. So I had that.
Well, it was my email, browneyedgirly86@aol.com.
Yeah.
That was my first email. And I think that's what I used to log into my MySpace. But years ago, I wanted to like log back in because I think you still could. I don't know if you can now, but I could.
Yeah.
I tried so hard to figure out my password or to get in, but I didn't know how to get into the email. I never hooked it up to another email. Like, I am not very technologically savvy. So I wanted to get on just to like see all the ridiculous things from when I was a kid. And I wasn't a kid though. I was like, I don't think I got it till maybe, I don't know if I had it in high school. I may have gotten it like the most senior year of high school, probably. And then Facebook became a thing when I was in college.
Yeah,
it was actually the Facebook initially.
That's
right. I remember when it was the Facebook.
Yeah. I remember when Facebook first started and like your status would be like, your name is
feeling sad
or not.
Heartbroken, sending a message to somebody out there.
And so it was like, I look back at my memories and it was like, I look back and it was like 15 years ago, this was your status. And it was just like, it doesn't say like, cause it was always like your name and then the status, right? But that changed obviously. So some of them is just like, is hot, is cold, is tired. And it's like, but it used to just be like, Alex Fisher is whatever.
Right.
And I found when I was in I was always complaining about the weather. I was always complaining. I was like, it's too hot. It's like every day. It was like, I went on there and I was like, it's hot. It's 100 degrees.
You must know.
Is wanting to go swimming. And I look back at myself as a kid and I'm just like in ninth grade and I'm just going like, what was I want to almost like go back and revisit myself as like a teenage
so interesting
kid and almost just sit down with like myself as a kid and being like, sir.
It would be so cringy to me to like go see myself again.
Oh man.
Oh my gosh, so cringy. But you know what? Doesn't it make you so grateful that we aren't growing up in the social media age of now?
Oh, I know.
Because, oh my gosh, would there have been some really stupid things that I would have posted? Like mortifying, things that I would just be so regretful of if I had had the ability to go on and post stuff like that.
Yeah, luckily I think we kind of escaped the cyberbullying era.
Mm-hmm. Oh, 100%.
The like constantly like scrolling.
I remember being taken out of someone's top 10 once, maybe on MySpace. Ooh, that was like the extent of it, though. It was so dramatic. But yeah, I will.
Yeah, because like when I was on social media, I would go on like maybe like once a day.
Oh yeah, I mean,
if that,
not even that.
Yeah,
because I had a dial-up. We had dial-up.
Yep. And then if you were on the internet, so in my house, if you were on the internet and you didn't tell your parents.
Oh.
And then they found out you were on the internet. They're like, "We're missing calls right now. Mm-hmm. Like, get off."
That's right, because you couldn't.
You couldn't.
Oh, yeah. Wow. Oh yeah.
Because like if someone called, you would get a busy tone line. Well, what was it like the dun dun or something? It was something like that.
The busy. Oh, the busy tone. Beep.
Yeah, I think it was just like a beeping sound.
Do you remember ever? Oh my gosh, I used to do this. So we didn't have 2 lines for a very long time, but I remember when we finally got 2 lines. If I wanted someone to call me later at night when I wasn't supposed to like be on the phone, I was supposed to be asleep, I would call Popcorn. Did you ever call Popcorn? That was how you could hear the time. You called Popcorn and it would just repeat the time to you, and you could sit there listening to the time being repeated until someone called the other line, and it didn't ring, it just beeped because you're already on the phone.
On the phone.
Sneaky, sneaky.
So are you saying, were you very sneaky as a child?
I was a sneaky.
Maddie was a very rebellious.
I was not very rebellious. I was very good. My parents were very strict, incredibly strict.
What was like your biggest like crime as a child?
As a child? Mm-hmm. As a teenager?
Yeah.
Sneaking out my window.
Oh, you snuck out your window? Wow. What was your curfew?
Oh, it was super early.
Was it like 8 p.m. or something?
No, I don't remember. Maybe it was like 10. But I remember.
I never had a curfew.
I had my boyfriend unscrewed the motion sensor light by our fence/garage.
This is sophisticated.
So I could sneak out to the back window through the backyard and come over the fence and not set off the motion light.
Wow.
I think I may have even been in college when I did this, you guys. Like, it was like senior year of high school, maybe freshman year of college, because that's how strict my parents were. I came home and I had a 10 p.m. curfew whilst I was in college. I was indignant.
My big thing was, I think I was like a freshman in high school, and I was dating someone at the time, and I would talk on, because I wasn't allowed to talk past like a certain time.
Of course.
I had, you know, obviously.
Definitely.
But my phone was still in the room.
What phone?
My cell phone.
Oh, you had a cell phone?
I had a cell phone. So I would call my girlfriend every night at like 9 or 10 o'clock. I'm like, I'm going to bed. And then we would talk for hours.
I remember doing that too.
Well, guess what? My parents got the cell phone bill 1 year or 1 month. And it was practically the size of the Bible.
Oh, no!
And they were like, hey, Alex, come here for a second. And they like walked in and they went, and they literally just took the bill and they went, what's this? And I went, and I knew right then and there, I was like, I have lost my cell phone. Because it was like, boom. And they were like, who are you, you know, this number, what's this, 555, 1234 number that you've been talking to? Let's see here, like 3 hours from like 10 p.m. till 1 a.m. on a weeknight? Like, why are you doing this every night? And I was like,
Oh, man. I'm glad. See, I didn't have a cell phone.
So I lost my cell phone for like...
later than you.
I lost my cell phone for, I think, like 6 months or something. Yeah. And then I had to break up with her.
Oh, really? They made you do that?
Wow. I was like, you can't make me break up. And they're like, oh, yes, we can. They're like, you are 13, my friend. Like,
no.
you have lost your dating privileges. And I was
my goodness. Did your parents have did they ever tell you okay, starting at 13, you're allowed to date?
No, they never were. But I was, I mean, when you start dating, you're just kind of like, oh, this is fun. This is exciting.
Oh, I remember going out. But literally,
going out was the marketplace.
Nothing.
No, for me, it was the marketplace.
No, for me, it wasn't even sitting next to him on the bus. It was just like, oh, yeah, we go out. But we didn't even talk to each other. We did not talk to each other.
I remember in I think it was fourth grade, there was someone who I found out liked me. And I did not, I was like, I don't like this person at all. And so people were like, oh, are you going out? I was like, absolutely not. And I was just like, absolutely not. And I remember, I don't want to say I was mean. I hope I wasn't mean. But I remember being very much like doing the whole if she was there, going.
Oh, making it very clear.
Making it very clear,
very clear.
Nope, don't.
Not interested.
This was fourth grade.
Fourth grade?
This was fourth
grade. I can't even imagine. Noah is in fourth grade right now.
I know it was 9. Fourth grade because I was in, I remember the fourth grade. I remember actually in that class, my fourth grade class, doing that.
Wow.
Because our seating chart had changed or something. And so I was sitting close to her.
So funny.
And
I was a boy crazy
remember her
in
name.
Elementary school. I remember that, but I don't remember.
You were boy crazy in elementary school?
I don't remember going out with anybody till maybe 6th grade, and that wasn't middle school yet. Maybe 7th grade, 6th or 7th.
I think my first relationship where I was like, yeah, you're my girlfriend and I'm your boyfriend was I think 6th grade or 7th grade.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like mine was probably more high school because I wasn't supposed to. I didn't think I was allowed to have a boyfriend until I was I didn't think I was.
And I remember we in band, in 7th grade band, we went to Disneyland to do their band thing. And so my girlfriend and I, we thought we were so cool.
Oh, yeah.
We got the whole theme park to ourselves today, and we walked around like pompous too, oh yeah, this is we were sitting on rides and I was just had my hand over her. Oh yeah. And it's here's the thing, mind you, we're on it's a small world, and I'm just sitting there yeah, it's my girlfriend.
Cool
it's
7th grader.
It's a cool 7th grader, it's and I'm yeah, this is my girl right here,
I'm gonna be to that age with my kids soon, which is wild. Eli's 11.
Next year, yeah. Anyways.
Crazy. All right, well that was fun. It was a fun trip down memory lane.
All right, everyone, enjoy your weekend. Happy Friday. We'll see you on Monday.